Hey guys, this is Matthew Jeske, and I'm going to review a few of the things that I've went through last year. I read a lot of books, and I've played with a lot of cameras because it's a big hobby of mine, and just give you some ideas what you can do for Christmas this year. So let's start with Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I read this book, actually I read this a few years ago, and it's a novel by Robert Pirsig. I think that's how you say his name. And it's a story about how this guy embarks on a road trip on his motorcycle. He's a professor with his young son at the time. And they travel the country and they see everything, and it's a really good story. Basically, what I remember from it is his son keeps going, well, are we going to get there yet? Are we going to get there? And the father who wrote the book, this is, it's based on a true story, he keeps saying, well, you got to enjoy the ride. His father is all out because he enjoys riding on the motorcycle and seeing the highway and meeting the people and eating in the cafes in the old towns and things. And his son's just like, when are we going to get there? And then finally they get to their destination, and they're taking this hike because they're wanting to see the top of a mountain, I believe it was, and they're hiking up, and his son goes, well, when are we going to get to the top? And it's just kind of a story about life and how you should appreciate the journey and not so much just the destination. And he gets into some things like, he has a perspective that I can relate to a lot because I'm an engineer. I went to school for 7 years to become really, really good. I'm a very good engineer. And he has a similar thinking to that. I can't remember what type of a professor he was or is. I think he's still alive. When was this wrote? I might be able to tell. Anyways, he has this thinking like I have about making things of very high quality and how to do a really good job in life. And it's kind of all written into the book. So this is a little bit, it's definitely a novel, but it's also kind of like a self-help philosophical book on how to improve your life experience and how to appreciate things more, how to do a better job, how to take pride in doing a quality job in your life, doing things of quality in your life, how to. He gets into one thing that really stands apart with me is he talks about how he went to get his motorcycle fixed, and many times it was broken by the mechanic. And then he says because there's a lack of appreciation for the way things work. Engineer just resonated with me. And a lack of understanding of how to break problems down into different subsystems. And he even has a diagram here, see if I can find it, of a motorcycle and the different components and how it breaks down and how you go about troubleshooting it. I was like, that was so cool. I'm big into mechanic work on cars and things, and I just really appreciated that that chapter on the motorcycle repairs. And that's interesting because the title of the book is The Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, an Inquiry into Values. It's a great book. It's very relatable, things you can take away and have a better life knowing. And it's all told in a novel, a very excellent story. I read right through this, and I don't normally read fiction. This is kind of like a somewhat fictional book. It's 540 pages long, and I devoured it. Most of my books are literally how to do something, or I'm an engineer, how to do X, Y, Z and get some new contraption. I don't read too much for pleasure, but this book, I highly recommend it. You should buy it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm going to provide a link. It'll be directly below this video where you can purchase the book off Amazon. And yes, I get a small pittance if you purchase it. I get a few cents. But if that upsets you, go to Amazon and buy it through your own. and you'll pay the same. If you don't, if you buy through my link, thank you. I just enjoy telling people what books I read and what I thought of them. So happy holidays, and I hope you pick up Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.